Okay, so this is Annalisa. She's going to be talking about her experience at the Ardance Festival 2020, her role within it. She's going to be talking about covering kind of 3 points of her role from September through till now, the piece that she choreographed and where that came from and the themes of the show, and a kind of walkthrough of the day and her role within the day that would have happened had the COVID-19 novel coronavirus not have swept the world. So Annalisa, whenever you're ready, kick in. Tell me about your piece.
So my piece was African theme. I started with music. It's a way that I am able to create choreography, and it's a way that I visualize and can put together certain movement qualities that I find interesting to my body. I decided to choose a strong African theme song that had a lot of rhythm in it and a lot of strong bass. The reason why is because I wanted to challenge myself as others and see how I can embody the beats alongside my movement qualities that I tend to use quite a few times. I also wanted to challenge the others to see whether they can do the same thing, because I knew that the theme was celebrating uniqueness and diversity, so I didn't just want to put my movement onto them and make them copy it. I wanted to see how they embody it and how the music makes them feel. In terms of getting that across to them, I had a little talk with them at the first meeting, and I just said to them, all I want from you is energy, commitment, and just to be in the room. And we are going to have fun. And I feel like that instantly broke the ice for them, and you could see that it was a sense of relief on their faces because they've never done Afro beats before. And it showed that their movement qualities instantly sparked as soon as I put the movement, the choreography onto them. Which links to my African, because I wanted to show feminism and I wanted to show the power and uniqueness that us women hold. I feel like I wanted to show strong dynamic, and I wanted the girls to really let loose and show that they have so many different styles under their belt. When deeply analysing the music, it made a clear pathway of a beginning, middle and end for my piece. So the beginning was a house section, which I wanted to make it a very intricate and fast-paced movement to show a side of fierceness and power within us women. And also I wanted to show that normally a house section is normally deemed like quite masculine, but I wanted to show that you can still be quite sexy and powerful in a woman's body by showing that half section, and I really feel like they embodied that and also showed their own flair of how they move and their movement quality. The middle was envisioned to be a feminine and beautiful and classy section of heels. I wanted it to show a bit of reggaeton vibe where I'm from the Caribbean, and I wanted to infuse the two together and see how the dynamic changed in the movement quality. The end was to show female union. I feel like we don't get to show that a lot, and I showed that in a traditional African sense, which you can see at the end of the piece. Barefoot, all together, and a sense of unity and beauty, which is told in my poem as well. So that's the choreographic process. In terms of the journey...
Yes, talk to me about the journey.
I would say that it was quite a difficult journey in terms of the scheduling of rehearsal times for... so I missed a week of rehearsal. And every rehearsal that I had, there was 2 people missing due to the movement rehearsals. So I never had a full cast in my rehearsals, therefore I had to send videos out to them. I made a group chat and I sent videos out to them. I said, anytime that you have a little break, you can meet up and I can teaching the steps. We had like little meetings and spoke about where they are at and just made sure that they're okay, that they feel comfortable in the piece. So that's the kind of way that I balanced it out and made sure we were okay. I also kept in contact with Greenway as she's project manager, and I just let her know about the different timetables that may occur or whether I need like space and issues to feel them out and go outside in the corridor and just do a quick rehearsal. In terms of people having to leave because of the coronavirus, it was a bit of a change. However, we kind of nipped it in the bud, quickly. I came to a resolution that Nicola from DAC3 will step in and Faye will step in to take those 2 spots so that the team still has a full cast. We just ensured that we did rehearsals quick, and I put them on the side when the others were in rehearsal, just keeping in contact with everything, keeping in contact with the group to make sure that they're okay, I'm okay, and that we're all going to be okay, basically.
Nice.
So that's the journey of the piece.
Nice, lovely. Talk to me about the day.
The day of the festival.
Yeah, either talk to me about the day of the festival or talk to me about the journey of your role from September, for example, the community work.
So my role is a community work, and that job consists of interacting with the general public, constantly asking questions. It really showed me how to have communicational skills. It taught me how to be patient. It taught me how to have discipline as well, like when to email people, when not to email people, how you correspond with people. It really helped give a new insight into attitude, if I must, and how me as a community liaison has to represent the whole art aspect. So I was basically the front of who was coming and made sure that people felt comfortable, safe, that they felt like they could come and talk to me. So you really had to be approachable as well. It taught me how to network. It taught me how to resolve problems. For instance, there was a boy who had an exam and really wanted to come. So he emailed me that, and I just responded to him, giving him a resolution of, okay, you can come later at this time, you will be able to come to this and this workshop. It taught me how to public speak, which I didn't think I was very good at beforehand, but I've learned that I'm quite comfortable talking in front of people and letting them know what's going on, what the Art Festival is, what will happen, the layout of the day, any questions that they have, what stands will be presented, and all those kind of things. I was constantly in contact with Tegan, who is artist liaison, because she was a team and making sure that I let her know how many people were coming so that they don't excel. I was in contact with MJ and Nicola because they were doing, well, Nicola was logistics of the day, but MJ was alongside her, so I just made sure that them two were up to date with who was coming. And it was just constantly keeping in contact with all parties, not just the team, but also people outside. And I feel like I was able to show that in an efficient way.
Very good. Talk to me about the day.
On the day...
What were you doing on the day?
My role consists of being a spokesperson, making sure that the colleges, dance schools, and schools that were coming felt comfortable, that I was their point of contact alongside Nicola. So I would be their point of contact if they just wanted to know about where certain things were, what was happening. However, Nicola would be the point of contact when it came to first aid, for instance. So if it had anything to do with first aid injuries, that would go through Nicola. But if they just wanted to talk, if they felt a bit nervous or a bit stressed, or wanted to tell me about their day, I would be that person.
So where would you place yourself?
Me and Faye were going to have a registration table in the morning set up with their different names and their different classes that we're going to have with beginners and intermediate. And we're going to highlight what they chose and make sure that we ticked off what they chose, so we knew how many people were in which section. We also were going to correspond with the box office beforehand and give them names of the colleges, art schools, etc., and how many people were going, so that they knew before the doors opened, so that there was no mishaps or questions that needed to be answered. In terms of the capacity of, if we have like say 50 people in Tanika's lesson and only 2 people in Natalie's, we were gonna, as a team, we were gonna I probably would have taken, but she would have selected a few ardent students and then she would have moved them to Natalie's, just so that there's a balance of the capacity, so there's not 50 people and 2 people, so that it's even. So we constantly knew what we were doing and where we was going to move, so we knew, say MJ's doing that, we knew Faith was doing that, so we knew who we were going to talk to in terms of how we get things across and how we do it in an efficient way.
Very good, very good. I'm going to stop you there because I'm really happy with what you've said. Just for the purposes of the moderator, Annalisa is going to present me with the PowerPoint presentation that she had prepared in order to be able to present her work in person today. Because she's unable to present it in person, she's going to send that to me via email, along with any evidenced correspondence and letters that she might have. Otherwise, I'm happy just to stop there. I feel like we've heard plenty, and I've got a really good impression of how you would play with the day. All right, nice one.